What's up guys, LA Gamer here, and today I'm bringing you guys the new MyGM. Now I was talking about this a little bit in my fantasy draft MyGM, and if you guys have not seen that, make sure to check it out. The link will be in the description. And so we're doing a rebuilding MyGM now. This is really tough because a lot of you guys wanted me to do different teams, and I really did not get a consensus pick for any one team. And so I basically just went with the team that some of my friends thought would be a good idea, and that is the Minnesota Timberwolves. And like I said, please don't be offended if you think I didn't take your comments into consideration, because I really did. That's why it took me a really long time, and I was like really panicking because I was like, I don't know which team to do, because I was really paying a lot of attention on what you guys wanted to do. But everybody wanted to see a different team, so there really wasn't any one team that a lot of you guys wanted to see. So it basically made it so I basically just went with a team that some of you guys commented, and then some of my friends said it would be a good idea, and I also agreed. I thought the Timberwolves would be a good team because they have a really strong athletic group of guys. They have a young player in Andrew Wiggins who should develop fairly well. You guys saw him in the fantasy draft franchise, and you saw that he was a good player and that he developed into a good player. Also, I'm going to do the auto-generate rookies just because of the fact that the draft class of this year really isn't that good, and it just wouldn't be that interesting. But yeah, that explains a lot of stuff. But first off, let's talk about this trade. I traded Mo Williams in a late first rounder to get the Suns' first round pick of this year. And then just to show you guys real quick, they were willing to offer me DeAndre Jordan for Nikola Pekovic. Now, a lot of you guys are probably thinking I should have taken that trade, and I will. I'm going to try to do that trade again next year, but the reason I didn't do it this year is because I'm trying to keep this team on a pretty... I'm trying to keep this team pretty bad because I'm trying to get a good draft pick, because I don't think I want to be one of those teams that's like right in the middle of the pack. I want to just completely blow this season and put us in a situation where we can get a good draft pick. Then right here, you see they were willing to give me Rajon Rondo for Ricky Rubio. I declined that. I figure I'm going to go with a younger player and Michael Carter-Williams. And some of you guys also might be saying to this, Rondo was the better player than Michael Carter-Williams, but trust me, this ended up being a really good idea, because at the end of the season, I'm going to show you how Michael Carter-Williams performed, and his overall increased by a ton. So Michael Carter-Williams ends up, I think he even ended up being a higher overall than Rondo is. But not only did I get Michael Carter-Williams, I made a few different moves. You can look closely if you need to. But I made a few different moves, and I was able to throw their first round pick in there. And we all know the 76ers are a really bad team. No offense to any Philadelphia fans out there, but they should have a top 3 pick in almost any MyGM you do. So me doing this trade pretty much guarantees me a top 3 pick with their pick, as long as the lottery doesn't screw me over. So due to that, I basically got a free top 3 pick just by giving them a few nice players and a few picks here and there that don't have a ton of meaning, as in the Suns pick and a future pick in a couple of years. I didn't really care a lot about those picks. I figured I can make some pretty big moves with that 76ers pick. And this is where I really need your guys' help. You see, I'm looking through all these people's stats. You guys decide who I draft. I will tell you exactly how I feel about most of these players, and I will tell you who I want to see and who I want to draft. But for the most part, this is you guys choosing who you want to see drafted. And you guys have to comment that quickly, because I want to do this draft sometime within the next hour. And yes, that puts a lot of pressure on you guys. You guys need to comment quickly. And basically, it might become first come, first serve, because I know I might not get tons of comments. So it might just turn into whoever gives me the comments quickly and just seems most dedicated to the series. Those guys are going to be the ones who have a lot of input and who gets this first draft class. But don't worry a ton about it, because realistically, there's going to be future drafts and all that stuff, and you guys are still going to have a big impact on everything that happens. Something I'm thinking about doing myself is actually starting to live stream my gameplay. That way you guys have more of an impact on what is going on with the draft class and free agency as I'm doing it. So if that's something you guys are interested in, make sure to comment that down below, and I'll start doing that for next season's free agency and all that good stuff. And that way you guys can just, become more connected to what I'm doing at live time and all that good stuff. I didn't think about that at the moment though, and it would have been a kind of a bad idea to start a series and already start live streaming. I wouldn't have gathered enough support. So for this, you guys are just gonna have to comment really quickly what you want to see, and if I don't get enough comments, I'll just go with who I think would be the best pick, etc., etc. But right here, I think this is the guy. Yes, I think this is the guy I really want. One of these guys has extreme athletic abilities, extremely good driving dunk, extremely good driving layup, and amazing speed and all that stuff. So this may not be him. He wasn't the super fast guy. But yeah, make sure to pay close attention to who's getting, who I'm showing you and what their name is, because I need like specific names. for the players you want to see drafted. So a lot of this is just me showing you guys the draft class, because there was like 10 guys in this draft class with 78 plus overall. That is an unbelievable draft class by any measurement. If you guys have ever played 2K, you know that doesn't happen very often where you get that nice of a draft class. So I'm really excited about this one because it really put me in a situation where we can get some really good stuff. And here's the guy with the unbelievable Derrick Rose-esque stats. 94 driving layup, 94 driving dunk. And let's take a quick look at his speed and everything. It's in the mid to high 90s. So that's the guy who I think I should get with one of my top picks, with the 76ers pick. You guys will see what picks I have at the end of the video, and I'm not going to spoil what happens there. But yeah, I think that's one of the guys I should get. And then, of course, I have my Timberwolves pick. And so I think that's that guy, whatever his name is, for some reason I can't remember, is one guy I should get. If you agree with that idea and you guys want to see a super athletic, like Derrick Rose-esque point guard that leads this team, and then we have Zach LaVine coming off the bench, so 2 super athletic point guards leading this team, just tell me that. We might have to move Michael Carter-Williams over to shooting guard. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. I know that point guard on his actual like player card, it says that he can only play point guard, but we're gonna move him to shooting guard anyways, because I believe that he'll still be able to perform from that position. We'll just have to switch the normal point guard and him off, kind of with, you know, taking the ball down court and all that good stuff. So yeah, the main pick I want to get is this JJ Wilcox guy, and then the second guy I want to get, and I'm going to take a look at him right here. Or not right here, but it's in this list of people. This is a second list and some more people. This is the only other list of prospects I'm going to show you guys. So don't feel like I'm not trying to just hoard you guys with prospects. I'm not trying to bore you guys or anything. I really just need your guys' input, and I really want to turn this into a franchise where you guys have the control, and I think that should be exciting for you guys. Because realistically, you know, I'm making these franchises and just trying to make it as interesting as possible for you guys. And so your guys' input is kind of necessary for me to make, you know, the best videos for you. So here's a look at a lot of guys. Now, these aren't the guys that I really want to get, but I'm showing them because, like I said, it's up to you. If you see a guy who you think, wow, he's got some key stats here and there, and maybe I missed it, you just tell me, and I will make sure to take a second look on him and possibly even draft him if I understand like where you're coming from and why you think they're the better player. And realize I'm not drafting purely on overall. There's some guys up here that have 81 overall and stuff like that, but you really have to look at their in-depth stats. A guy could have 81 overall, and that could be just because he has like low 80 stats. Now, that could be good, but I want a guy who's like extremely good at one thing. That way, all you have to do is focus on, like, I want kind of a one-dimensional player. That way, no matter what happens, you'll still be extremely good at one thing. I don't want a guy who's just decent at everything. I'm not looking for an all-around player. I'm just looking for a guy who can, you know, specify in one part of the court. So that was kind of the idea. Athleticism is always important too, because you can't really train speed. For some reason in this game you can, but realistically I just like an athletic player, because if you start off athletic, there's really no limits to like what you can become. Because in real life, I mean, you can develop a jump shot if you just take enough shots and stuff like that. You can't just make yourself 5 miles per hour faster at top speed. So that's why I like athleticism. Now, I can't find the guy that I really wanted, but I may have already missed him. I'm getting totally on a tangent just talking about these prospects, so that it's very possible that I may have missed the guy that I wanted to talk about. But let's see. Maybe this next guy coming up, the last guy on the list, and it is Frederick Cross. Now, you'll see that he's not an extremely good scorer, but you'll see that he's got good standing, driving, dunk, and layup. So he's very good when he's actually down in the paint, and he's 6'10", so we can give him opportunities to get down in that paint. And then he has 90 blocks, so this guy is a premier defender. So that's why I kind of wanted him, just because he can play great defense, and he can do what we need him to do when it comes to getting points down in the paint. Then right here, they trade us Nikola Mirotic and their first-round pick for Kevin Martin. And I go, heck yes, Nikola Mirotic is a nice young power forward, 77 overall, 23 years old. And Kevin Martin's not necessarily a guy I'm, you know, crazy about keeping on this team or anything. So now we're just going to show you guys some of the awards and some of that stuff. And this is kind of where you'll get the idea of how good of a player Michael Carter-Williams became in this previous season. And so here's a look at some things. You see that Now, just pay close attention. On the All-NBA third team, Michael Carter-Williams is on that team. All-NBA third team. He went all the way to an 87 overall. He averaged 16 and 9. So he's an 87 overall now, which means that he's already an elite point guard, and he's like 23 years old. So we made a really good move there, I think, when it comes, just to choosing him over Rondo. And so, making a good championship-esque team is all about making those good moves, even when they're tough. And I think we did a good job there. So this playoff series, you see the Bulls beat the Spurs. Some noticeable thing that you may notice is in the divisional round, or whatever you want to call it, the Heat actually beat the Cavaliers. So LeBron may feel bad that he left his old team. Who knows? But in the end, Pau Gasol was the Finals MVP for the Bulls when they topped the Spurs. And then Tim Duncan was like, whatever, we lost. I'm done. He retired. So Tim Duncan is gone. So for the Hall of Fame inductees, we got Steve Nash, Ray Allen, and Tim Duncan. So now he's just showing me some simple stuff. This is just about simple management and stuff like that. So that's nothing huge. Then we're going to adjust, allocate our funds. It's pretty simple stuff. I cared a lot about team operations and promoting because I really want to attract fans. And I want to attract free agents, of course, because I want to make this team really good. So we're going to finish it off with this draft lottery. We're projected to have the number 2 pick from the 76ers, so my idea of a top 3 pick appears to be correct. Then we have the number 9 pick. And I repeat, the number 9 pick. Number 9, that's not very good. But just wait to see what happens. So we're going to advance. We're projected to have the number 9 pick. So I'm pretty sure this is how it works. If you don't have a top 7 pick or something, I'm not going to explain it. But look, we didn't get the 9th pick, we didn't get the 8th, didn't get the 7th, didn't get the 6th, 5, 4, we dropped all the way to 3, and we continued our pick at number 2 with the 76ers. So not only did we keep our number 2 pick, but our number 9 pick turned into the number 3 pick. I feel like the Cleveland Cavaliers. It looks like I rigged the draft or something. Whatever, we have 2 top picks. I can't wait to see what we can get out of them. So make sure to comment what you want to see me draft below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please click the like button. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to stay tuned to this series and other ones I got going on. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.